Kylian Mbappé was one game away from a World Cup final that could have crowned him the greatest of his generation. And in one brutal 90 minutes, Spain shut him down and shut the door on France's dream. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, Harry Kane watched his own shot at history slip away in the final agonizing minutes against Argentina. As Lautaro Martinez turned English heartbreak into Argentine celebration. Two teams that genuinely believed they were destined for the final are now staring at each other across a pitch in Miami, fighting for something nobody ever wants to fight for, a bronze medal match that the world usually forgets within a week. But here's the twist nobody's talking about. This game might actually decide more than just third place. It could shape national pride, Golden Boot history, FIFA rankings heading into 2030 qualifying, and honestly, it might be one of the most emotionally loaded 90 minutes of the entire tournament. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly who I think walks away with the win, and more importantly, why. Welcome back to Goal Verdict, the channel where we don't just guess who wins. We actually break down the why behind every prediction. If this is your first time here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. And if you're someone who loves a good football breakdown before kickoff, smash that like button too. It genuinely helps this channel grow and it costs you nothing. Alright, let's get into it. So let's rewind for a second and understand exactly how these two proud footballing nations ended up here instead of the final everyone expected. France came into this World Cup as one of the most dangerous attacking sides in the competition, scoring goals for fun through the group stage and knockouts. Then Spain happened. France got completely shut out. No goals, no answers, and Didier Deschamps was left searching for explanations after his side failed to find any rhythm in midfield. It wasn't a lack of talent, it was a lack of creative spark, the kind of spark that usually comes from a midfield that can control tempo, and France simply didn't have it on that night. England's story is almost a mirror image, but with a different kind of pain attached. Anthony Gordon gave England the lead against Argentina, and for a moment, the whole country believed. Then Enzo Fernandez equalized, and Lautaro Martinez delivered the dagger late, sending England home with a 2-1 defeat that will sting for a long time. What's fascinating is that England actually controlled long stretches of that game. Their wide players were excellent, but they simply couldn't find the central spaces needed to truly dominate, and Argentina's fullbacks nullified their width just enough to survive. Now, here's where things get really interesting, because this isn't just any bronze medal match, okay? This is Kylian Mbappé against Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham, and there's a personal subplot brewing underneath the national one. Mbappé is currently tied for the Golden Boot race with 8 goals. And he knows this match is his last realistic chance to pull ahead before the tournament closes out. Kane and Bellingham are sitting close behind with 6 goals apiece, which means this game isn't just about pride for France and England, it's about individual legacy, too. Imagine being Mbappé, knowing that one more clinical night in front of goal could put your name at the very top of the World Cup scoring charts. That kind of motivation does something to a player. It sharpens instincts in a way that tactics alone can't replicate. Let's talk about the attacking comparison here, because this is where the match will likely be decided. Mbappé brings something almost unfair in terms of pure explosiveness. His acceleration off the first touch can break any defensive line in world football. And when he's locked in mentally, which he clearly is right now given the Golden Boot race, he becomes nearly impossible to contain one-on-one. Kane, on the other hand, offers a completely different kind of threat. He's not about explosive pace. He's about intelligent movement, hold-up play, and clinical finishing inside the box. The type of striker who scores the ugly goals that still count exactly the same as the beautiful ones. Then you add Bellingham into the mix, and suddenly England has a midfielder who can arrive late into the box with the kind of timing that catches defenders completely off guard. On paper, that's a nightmare trio to defend against from either side. But attack isn't the full story. And this is where I think the real tactical battle actually lives. Both teams have shown clear creative issues in midfield throughout the knockout stages. France struggled to generate fluid build-up play against Spain, often relying on individual moments rather than collective structure. Okay? And that's a concerning pattern heading into this match. England's issue was slightly different. They had good build-up through wide areas, but lacked the central penetration to fully capitalize, meaning their fullbacks and wingers did excellent work that ultimately went underutilized. If neither team fixes this midfield disconnect, we could be looking at a match decided by isolated moments of brilliance rather than sustained dominance. And honestly, that plays right into Mbappe's hands more than anyone else's. Defensively, both sides have talented but slightly shaky backlines heading into this fixture. The kind of defenses that can look completely composed for 70 minutes and then suddenly concede a soft goal in a moment of fatigue or miscommunication. It's given how emotionally and physically draining these semifinal losses were. Fatigue is going to be a massive factor here, arguably bigger than tactics themselves. Between the sticks, both goalkeepers have been reliable throughout the tournament, calm under pressure, strong shot stoppers, but neither has faced the kind of relentless attacking pressure that Mbappe specifically can generate in transition, and that's a genuine concern for France's opponent today. So here's my prediction, and I want you to really think about this with me before I say it. Okay. This match will likely come down to which team recovers mentally faster from their semifinal heartbreak. And individual brilliance is going to matter more than collective structure. It's given Mbappe's personal motivation with the golden boot on the line. Combined with France's slightly superior attacking depth in behind the defense, I'm leaning toward France edging this one out, likely in a tight, high-emotion contest that could easily go to extra time. England has the quality to punish any France mistake, especially through Bellingham's timing in the box, but I believe Mbappe's hunger tonight tips the balance just enough. This bronze medal showdown kicks off today, Saturday, July 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 2 p.m. Pacific, at Miami Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. It's the very same venue that hosted England's dramatic quarterfinal win earlier in the tournament. So if you're watching live, you already know exactly what to look out for. Drop a comment right now and tell me who you think walks away with the win, France or England. I read every single one of them. And once the final whistle blows, come back here to Go Verdict, because we're going to break down exactly what happened, who made the difference, and where it all went wrong for the losing side. Until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.